Hey there, welcome back to my kitchen. In today's video, we're making another video of very quick meals. I just shared a 20-minute meal video, but today we're going to make some 30-minute meals. I hope you enjoy today's recipes, but let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to make them. First up today, we're making a very easy dinner. We're going to go ahead and make these spicy pigs in a blanket. To begin for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 375 degrees. Now moving over to my cutting board, I have one package of pepper jack cheese, one package of jalapeno cheddar smoked sausages, and one can of crescent rolls. Putting these together is very simple. You'll just need one of the crescent rolls. Then you'll take one slice of cheese, break it in half, add one piece to the top and then one piece to the longer side. Next, add in the smoked sausage, or you can just use regular hot dogs. And you'll roll it right up, and that's all you have to do for these. You'll just go ahead and repeat that until you run out of one or the other. I actually ran out of sausages first just because this is a 6-pack and the crescent rolls have 8 in them. So what I did is I just went ahead and rolled up the extra 2 crescent rolls, and I'm just going to bake those in here with my pigs in a blanket. Once those are all rolled up, I'm just going to add them over onto a baking sheet lined with some parchment paper. The parchment paper isn't necessary, but it does make cleanup a lot easier, especially when the cheese melts out. Those are going in the oven to bake for about 10-ish minutes until the edges are turning a light golden color, just like this. Here is what my plate looked like in the end. To go along with this, I did just make a box of macaroni and cheese, and we have been loving our little mini fruit salads of strawberry and kiwi lately, so I made that on the side as well. Pigs in a blanket are one of my favorite things. They're just so easy, a very easy dinner when I really don't feel like cooking. You can make these without making them spicy as well, with just using some regular cheese and some regular hot dogs if you prefer to do that instead. Next up, we're making this gnocchi lasagna skillet. To begin with this one, I'm just going to add 1 pound of a lean ground beef into my pot here, along with half of a yellow onion that I chopped up. These are going to cook in here together until the ground beef is cooked all the way through. Once that is cooked, if you need to, drain out the grease. For me, I really didn't need to do that, so I went ahead and added in 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Give that a stir and let that cook for about 30 seconds to a minute until you can smell the garlic nice and strong. Now we're going to add some seasoning, so I'm using a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, a little bit of red pepper flakes, but if you don't like those, then skip that, and then just a couple shakes of salt and pepper. After mixing that together, then you can add in 1 jar of spaghetti sauce, any kind you like. Now just give that a really good mix together and let that sauce heat through for a moment. On the other side of my stove, I did prepare a 16-ounce box of gnocchi. Once that was cooked, I drained off the water and then just added that into my meat and sauce mixture. You will also need to add 1 cup of mozzarella in here as well. Just go ahead and pour it in, give this a good stir, and let that melt. Once the mozzarella has melted, next you're going to be needing some ricotta cheese. Using a spoon, I'm just creating little holes here and then adding a dollop of the ricotta cheese into the little hole. You can add as much as this as you want. I bought the smallest container I could, just because you really don't need to add a ton. And then after I added the ricotta cheese in there, I sprinkled it with some Parmesan cheese and parsley. Add a lid onto your pot and let the ricotta cheese warm up for a couple minutes. When it's all done, it should be looking like this. This stuff is so good. We love ricotta cheese in our house, but if you don't like ricotta cheese, you could also replace that with some cottage cheese, or if you want to completely skip it, that is fine. Just sprinkle it with some Parmesan cheese on top and it's good to go. Next up was actually a request from my husband. He asked me if I would make some taco pasta. For this one, I'm just adding 1 pound of ground beef into a nice big pot, along with half of the yellow onion that I chopped up. You'll just let these two cook in here together until the meat is completely cooked through. Once the ground beef is cooked and you drained off all the grease, go ahead and add in 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Stir this up and let this cook for about 30 seconds to a minute or until you can smell the garlic nice and strong. Next, add in 1 can of diced tomatoes with green chilies, 1 cup of your favorite salsa, 1 cup of beef broth, 1 cup of heavy cream, and then get this all mixed together really well, scraping the bottom to pick up all the flavor. Next, add in 8 ounces of dry pasta, any kind will do, along with 1 package of taco seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and mix that together really well, and honestly I thought this was looking like not enough liquid, so I went ahead and just added a little bit more water in here. Cover this with a lid and then just let this cook until all the liquid has disappeared out of the pan. If all the liquid does disappear and your noodles still aren't soft enough, just add a little bit more water in there and let it go a little bit longer. Once the noodles are soft and all the liquid is gone from the pan, then you're going to add in 3/4 of a cup of shredded mild cheddar cheese, along with 3/4 of a cup of Monterey Jack cheese. Give this a stir and let that cheese melt for a few minutes, and then this is ready to go. Here is what my bowl looked like in the end. I do like to add some sour cream on mine, green onions, and just a little bit of hot sauce. But you can add any toppings that you enjoy. This pasta is very cheesy, but also very filling, so do keep that in mind. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave me a flower down in the comments below if you made it all the way to the end of today's video. And I will be seeing you back here on Wednesday for a new one. Bye!